This is my ranking of medieval games that I've played based purely on my personal experience. Each one is placed from masterpiece to trash, depending on how immersive the world feels and how strong the combat and strategy are. Let's get straight into the list. Medieval Dynasty puts me in a medieval survival world where I build a small settlement and slowly turn it into a thriving village through gathering, crafting, farming, and management. I spend my time cutting trees, hunting animals, collecting resources, and constructing houses while trying to keep villagers fed, warm, and productive. As new people arrive, I assign jobs, match their skills, and make sure the settlement continues growing. The progression system unlocks new tools, buildings, and recipes as I perform different activities, encouraging me to improve every part of village life. Seasons change, wildlife can be dangerous, and bandits sometimes threaten what I have built. There is also a light story that guides me through the world while teaching key mechanics. Managing resources, expanding my community, and watching the village develop kept me engaged. It's a good tier game for me. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord drops me into a war-torn land where I lead a small group of recruits and slowly carve out my own place among rival kingdoms. I travel between towns and villages, recruit soldiers, complete quests, trade goods, and grow a stronger warband. As my army expands, I join battles, command infantry, archers, and cavalry, and fight alongside them in real time. Relationships with nobles matter, allowing me to gain influence, earn land, and shape political decisions. Large sieges and field battles reward planning, positioning, and smart use of different troop types. Every victory or defeat affects the wider world, creating stories through my actions rather than a scripted narrative. Watching my clan rise from struggling mercenaries to powerful rulers is exactly why it reaches my great tier. Manor Lords lets me guide a small group of settlers as they establish a medieval community and gradually grow it into a busy village through planning, resource management, and expansion. I lay out winding roads, place homes and workshops, manage food production, and make sure families have everything they need to survive. Every job is connected to daily life, with villagers gathering materials, hunting animals, transporting goods, and constructing buildings step by step. The city building systems encourage careful planning since resources, trade, and population growth all affect how the settlement develops. While there are battles and military units, most of my time is spent shaping the village and watching it evolve. The detailed world, historical atmosphere, and freedom to build natural-looking towns kept me returning for more, which is why it earns a place in my excellent tier. Farthest Frontier tasks me with guiding a remote settlement through the challenges of growth, survival, and resource management in an unforgiving medieval landscape. I begin with a small population and gradually develop a larger town by collecting materials, expanding industries, and creating production chains that keep daily life running smoothly. Food is a constant concern, since poor harvests, spoiled goods, and disease can quickly damage the settlement. Population growth depends on good living conditions, which means I need to carefully balance housing, jobs, and essential services. Trade allows me to overcome shortages, while research unlocks new technologies that improve efficiency and development. Beyond building the economy, I must also prepare defenses against raiders who threaten years of progress with a single attack. That strong combination of city building and survival strategy places it in my excellent tier. Crusader Kings III allows me to lead a noble ruler through the Middle Ages while managing a dynasty that can rise to greatness or collapse through poor decisions. I choose a character or create my own, then guide my realm through wars, political struggles, religious conflicts, cultural changes, and unexpected events. Instead of controlling a nation alone, I also manage family members, arrange marriages, secure alliances, and deal with rivals who constantly threaten my position. My ruler develops skills over time, unlocking different lifestyles that shape how I handle diplomacy, warfare, stewardship, or intrigue. Every generation creates new challenges as heirs inherit titles and continue the story. The combination of grand strategy and role-playing creates countless unique outcomes, and those memorable dynastic stories are exactly why it stands in my masterpiece tier. Wartales follows my mercenary company as we travel across a troubled medieval world, looking for contracts, loot, and opportunities to grow stronger. I recruit new fighters, manage supplies, pay wages, craft equipment, and decide where the group travels next. Most of the action happens through turn-based battles, where positioning, abilities, status effects, and class combinations can completely change the outcome of a fight. Outside combat, I take on regional storylines, help settlements with their problems, explore ruins, gather resources, and develop professions such as blacksmithing, mining, and alchemy. Every member of the company gains experience and specializes over time, allowing me to shape the warband however I want. The constant cycle of exploration, progression, and tactical battles kept every journey rewarding, which is why it claims a spot in my great tier. Age of Empires IV challenges me to build a medieval civilization from a small settlement into a powerful empire through resource gathering, expansion, and warfare. I manage villagers, collect food, wood, gold, and stone, and use those resources to construct buildings, train armies, and advance through different ages of development. Each civilization plays differently, encouraging me to adapt my strategy depending on the strengths and weaknesses of my opponents. Campaigns are inspired by major historical events and introduce new mechanics while guiding me through large-scale conflicts. Outside the campaigns, I can battle AI or other players across a variety of maps that require different approaches to economy and military planning. Balancing growth, defense, and battlefield tactics keeps every match engaging, and that depth is exactly why it belongs in my excellent tier. Chivalry 2 throws me into massive medieval battles, where dozens of players clash across castles, villages, and battlefields filled with chaos and destruction. I choose from different classes, each offering unique weapons, abilities, and roles that can support my team during large-scale objectives. Some battles have me pushing siege towers, escorting battering rams, and storming castle walls, while others task me with defending strongholds against overwhelming assaults. Combat is more involved than it first appears, requiring careful timing, blocking, dodging, counters, and different attack types to outplay opponents. Beyond swords and axes, I can use environmental objects, siege weapons, and whatever else I find during the battle. The combination of intense multiplayer warfare, varied objectives, and satisfying melee combat kept every match entertaining, which is enough to earn its place in my great tier. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 puts me back in medieval Bohemia, where I continue Henry's story through a world filled with political tension, personal conflicts, and unexpected opportunities. I travel across towns, villages, forests, and castles, while taking on quests that often have multiple solutions and consequences. Conversations, reputation, and decision-making play a major role, allowing me to solve problems through persuasion, stealth, investigation, or combat. Beyond the main storyline, I spend time practicing trades such as blacksmithing and alchemy, exploring hidden locations, and improving skills through regular activities. Combat rewards timing, positioning, and stamina management, making battles feel grounded and dangerous. The world reacts to my actions in ways that make every choice feel important, and that level of immersion is exactly why it secures a place in my masterpiece tier. Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition puts me in command of a medieval desert stronghold, where success depends on balancing economic growth, population management, and military expansion. I gather resources such as wood, stone, iron, and food, then organize production chains that turn raw materials into weapons, armor, and supplies for my settlement. Building placement matters because workers need to transport goods efficiently across the fortress. Alongside managing resources, I construct walls, towers, gates, and defensive positions to protect against enemy attacks. Campaigns and skirmishes challenge me to build powerful economies while also planning large-scale assaults on fortified enemies. The game rewards careful preparation more than rushing into battle, making every victory feel earned. That deep mix of castle building, strategy, and warfare is why it secures a spot in my excellent tier. Pax Dei revolves around surviving and establishing a place of my own within a shared online world shaped almost entirely by player activity. I spend my time gathering materials, crafting equipment, and constructing buildings that gradually transform a simple plot of land into a larger settlement. Resource collection plays a major role, encouraging me to venture across forests, hills, and open landscapes in search of what I need. Building projects require steady progression, since every structure depends on the materials I have collected and refined myself. The game also encourages cooperation, with players working together to create villages, trade resources, and develop larger communities. While the world still feels like a work in progress and several systems need more depth, the sandbox foundation and creative freedom keep it firmly in my good tier. Those are my picks based on my own experience. See you in the next tier list. Till then, goodbye.